Hey, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Not many Elite Dangerous videos. Done a few on the Guardian stuff. But hey, we're back and there's been an announcement, everybody. Yes, there has. Will Flanagan has posted on the forums, and the link will be in the comments section, that there is a update due on April the 23rd, 2019. One day before my birthday. How did he know? It could be the perfect gift. Anyway, all that aside, and what you're going to get me for my birthday aside, this is what we're going to be talking about. So, they mentioned at the beginning of March that there would be updates, and these updates would start focusing on what they call quality of life improvements, like the welcoming experience for new players. I mean, Elite Dangerous can be quite the daunting game for the new player, much like what Star Citizen can be, or any new game that's got a hell of a lot of controls in it and a hell of a lot of depth. I mean, when Elite Dangerous first started out in, well, 4 or 5 years ago from the Kickstarter, it was, I think, 5 miles wide and about an inch deep. Now, I mean, despite what everyone's saying, oh, there's no new content, it's all coming in 2020, for the new player, there's a lot. I think we forget that we've been involved in the game, and a lot of us have, you know, since its inception, and we've been there, we've done it. All that's left really is shooting thargoids and exploration to the other end of the galaxy to use up some time. All this aside, I think it's quite interesting how Distant Worlds might be coming to an end about this time, or perhaps it's even finished, I don't know, that these updates will come in. So let's take a look through them and see what's going on. So here we go then. So the first thing they mentioned, and they mentioned this an awful lot when they first announced that there wasn't going to be any major updates until 2020, was they were going to start to tune it for quality of life, as we've mentioned, but towards the beginner. Now this is going to take shape in the form of a beginner zone, or a collection of systems that they're going to add for newly created commanders, and can only be accessed by pilots who can play in a safe sort of sandbox area until they earn their first combat, trade or exploration rank. So this is going to stop the new people coming straight out of the station and people who are elite, dangerous in a massive cutter or corvette just sniping them out the door to get the combat rank up. Okay. Also, it's going to start to nurture them in a little bit. You know, there'll be simpler missions to complete that are more tuned to the starter ships, like the Adder, the Hauler, you know, the Sidewinder, the Eagle perhaps. All these things that in the wider universe are virtually impossible to do in those ships in open. So I think it's a definite twist towards getting people to play in open and to find their legs, find their feet before going out into the great yonder, where they get kicked out of those systems that are probably going to be permit locked after that once you leave, so that you don't get sniped by all the gankers. So there you have it, a beginner's zone. A new collection of systems created for the new commander on the block. So next up in this list of updates for April 2019 in Elite Dangerous is new modules. So I'm not sure all about this, to be honest with you. So an advanced docking computer. Now, I think the community is split a bit here in regards to docking computers, because some people say, oh, it just uses up a slot and that slot can be used for something else. I agree. If you can't fly the ship, then you shouldn't be flying the ship. Learn how to dock, learn how to land. Save yourself that slot. But anyway, I digress. Like we say, it's all about, you know, quality of life. It's about the new commander. So they say that they are adding upgraded versions of the original docking computer. Now, a module designed to allow commanders to relax, let go of their flight sticks, misses, and automatically dock in stations to the serene strings of Johann Strauss II. Okay. The advanced docking computer will not only allow you to dock, but also allow you to automatically undock from a station without anxiously worrying about getting stuck inside the mail slot. So, I'm not sure. I still do it today, but that's just me being a terrible pilot. Think about it. You've got a Type 10, you try and get a Type 10 through that spoiler, you better be taking it slow, and there's always going to be somebody else coming the other way. How's that advanced docking computer going to handle that? It's going to be quite interesting to see, and test it out. There's be some videos coming on that, no doubt. So they're saying that this module will also come as standard in all newly purchased small ships. Again, aimed for that beginner. If you're starting up a new account, you will find the advanced docking computer in your ship from the get-go. So it's making the game more accessible. I suppose as you progress and you get to the hang of things, then you can let it go and, it's up to you whether you land it or you don't. So they say it makes it easier to embark and disembark from the stations without colliding into the walls, landing pads, or your fellow commanders. So, interesting that old advanced docking computer. Now the next new module I quite like. Because for those who've done the Hutton Orbital run, all that stuff for the mug, it's a right pain, innit? Okay. So, Supercruise Assist, available at your nearest Starship department store. Sounds like John Lewis. Okay, or outfitting, comes the new Supercruise Assist module. While in Supercruise, you'll be able to safely target a destination, activate Supercruise Assist, put you safely in the reassuring hands of a machine. Okay. In this mode, your ship will automatically maintain the correct speed and approach to your target destination and break out of Supercruise at the optimum time. You'll still have to align with the correct location, but you will no longer have to worry about doing a loop of shame. With the Supercruise Assist, you will also be able to enter into orbit around a body, allowing you to launch discovery probes and take screenshots without fear of face-planting the dusty rocky ground. This module will also come as standard in all newly purchased ships. Again, for the beginner. Now, I'm not anti-beginner, right? I'm not, because we all got to start somewhere, and that's great. But, okay, so you're on Supercruise Assist, you go off, cup of tea, kick back, got a bit of EastEnders on in the background, or whatever it is you're going to watch. The Apprentice, whatever. What's stopping you being pulled out of Supercruise? Nothing. So, people are going to be off, leaving it on Supercruise Assist, doing these long runs. People are going to be parked out in systems like Hutton and the like. And they're just going to be pulling ships out. Because they're going to say, right, okay, they've gone after about 5 minutes. It's a half-hour journey from the jumping point to Hutton Orbital, at least. Right? Let's just park out, wait for people to drive past, and we'll pull them. Like the proverbial speed cop. Anyway, I'm coming over a bit negative here, I'm not, but I'm just seeing, well, these are good additions. Are we, as the seasoned, grizzled players, going to be using them? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you're still with me. Now, this next quality of life update discusses the navigation tab. So in Beyond Chapter 4, that hit last year, the cockpit was completely revamped. Well, there were some additions and they changed things round a bit. Let's not get carried away. In fact, it still winds me up how it seems to be more key presses to get to request docking than it was before. Anyway, I digress. And now with this April 2019 update comes some even more improvements, they say. Okay. The latest area to feel the love, or to be messed about with, is the navigation panel, where in places they have added icons for a tighter, more visually appealing layout. Now, we've got no pictures of this as yet. We're going to have to wait until April the 23rd, 2019, until it's released. Okay, so great. I'm not sure if they're going to run a beta on this. Probably not. These changes are such where it's either going to work or it isn't. So all that aside then, they've added a new column, has been added to this navigation panel, denoting activities in an area. Okay, fair enough. Mission targets, plotted routes, the wanted status, and the threat level of some areas is too high. That doesn't make any sense. It says wanted status and if the area level of some areas is too high. Okay, don't go near there. There's nasty men. The navigation pop-up expands on this information, providing more details about the location, such as faction details, star class, information of resources, and more. That could be quite interesting. The wanted state, yeah, well, you know, it's going to be a good change. So all this, they say, does sound a bit new, and you got to see it to believe it, I suppose, really. So they say activities. So every location in the Elite Galaxy offers different activities, whether it be combat bonds in a combat zone or mining asteroids at a resource extraction site. Icons and links to the pilot's handbook, and that's coming a little bit later. The pilot's handbook, you've already had the codex, pilot's handbook, woohoo, right? Have been added to help you easily identify what activities are available at a given location. Okay, so fair enough, you're going to get a handbook now. It's always been a bit weak on instructions, don't you think? And not that a lot of people read instructions, especially like the Tim Allen sort of irk of people, like myself. You just get in there and have a go and pick it up as you go along. And again, that's what's YouTube for as well, isn't it, really? You see, how do you do this? You Google it, you YouTube it. That's how you do it. Right, I'm going to go off and do it myself now, and you get your idea of the game that way, as opposed to, learning it yourself. Times have changed. Anyway, threat level. The threat level is something that exists in the game already. Again, you know, only seen at unidentified signal sources, but a new marker will now appear in all systems. If a location has a threat level too high for your current combat rank of danger, an icon will be displayed warning you that the location might be too dangerous. So, by going in, it's like, well, we warned you, you're going to get shot. You're going to see the rebuy screen. There you go. Anyway, so there you have it. So that was the navigation tab. Activities and threat level. There's going to be a new column, and effectively it's going to list the threat level to see if it's too rough for you to go in there, and what else is going on in the system. Got to see it to really appreciate it, I think, with this. So I wait with real bated breath. So as we alluded to in the last section, the pilot's handbook. A bit like the Codex, the pilot's handbook is a treasure trove, their words, not mine, of information, providing details of the many activities available to you in Elite Dangerous. Well, to be fair, I think this is a long time coming. I mean, it's always going to be something that somebody doesn't know what to do. Even me, I don't know. I mean, I've played a lot of the game, right? It's widely known. My videos are up. I've played a lot of the game, like a lot of other people have. There's still some things I hadn't done. I hadn't done mining until recently they revamped mining, because I thought, well, it's going to bore the holy hell out of me. So as a result of which, now I find it quite engaging. The rewards are there and it's great. So what they've done here, by providing this, and I quote, treasure trove of information for the pilot's handbook, it's whether you're a veteran or you've to the pilot's handbook, sourcing information is easier than ever before. So is this a posh way of saying it's going to be a help section? Could be. Do you want helpful hints turned on? It could be like that, couldn't it? It might not be, but it could be. And we're going to have to wait and see. Either way, could be an added thing, just for a little bit easier use. You've come back to the game after having a hiatus, you know, like a lot of us have recently. Let's be fair, viewing figures are down. Come back. How do I go forwards? How do I go up? How do I go down? How do I fire? Where's my scanners? What's my buttons? This could help you out. Whether or not it'll adapt or not, say for key presses and things, to the key bindings that you've actually got in the game, now that would be a good thing. But we'll have to wait and see. It is turning out to be quite the release from Frontier, to be honest. Frontier Developments are doing themselves proud. Let's talk about this next section, trading screen improvements. When you're an interstellar trader, every minute is a potential sale. And let's face it, trading is the name of the game, really. You know, I mean, it really is. Some people say, oh, it's all about the combat. No. Unless you've got a decent ship, you can't go do anything. You've got to trade up at some stage. You've got to do some trading, right? So to help avoid being badgered by strange men trying to sell you the deal of a lifetime, it says, okay, a number of improvements have been made to the interface of the commodities market, which is good. And I always thought that the commodities market in the old game was a bit better for some reason. I don't know what it is. I've always thought it's been a bit of an afterthought and not much development had gone into it. So what they're going to do now is that you will find two panels in the commodities market. buy and sell. Right? Kind of what you'd expect, really, for an update to the trade-in screen. Anyway, so what are they putting in? So there's going to be commodities on this new panel relevant to any active missions you're currently undertaking. It'll also include details on icons that provide feedback of profits and supplies, trade data on nearby local systems per commodity. Now that could be key. You should be able to buy the trade data in the old game, and you could see where you would sell it and what the price would be over there before stocking up on it, trolleying yourself all the way over there to Disco or Ridequat, and then finding, okay, I've made an absolute killing. So buy and sell commodities pop up with much more information than before, helpful even to the seasoned trader. Well, I'm quite looking forward to this. The select markets or goods and view their trade data in the galaxy map, where you can sell and when. Fantastic. I honestly can't wait to see this, because this might actually make it, like I say, a bit more akin to the old, BBC and the Spectrum and the Atari ST versions of the game. Which, although dated, I thought this section of trade and the trade map would be better. I really did. So hopefully they've gone back, they've had a good think about it, and this will be some good stuff. And there's more. So, interstellar initiatives, eh? Community events, that's what it is. And they're saying these are a series of in-game events that play out over the course of around a month. Each one features several phases that will alter the narrative progress and may end with lasting effects on the galaxy. So it'll change the background simulation. They say they'll be delving deeper in these in just a couple of weeks. Well, okay, so we're currently around the 10th of April, and it's coming out on the 23rd, so there'll be an update, no doubt, next week about this. And then they say there is more. Cool. There's going to be a revamped menu layout. More they say, a revamped main menu layout. Okay, including featuring Galnet news and other important information. So, okay, able to access from the main menu, see what's going on before you go in. Is it worthwhile logging on? I don't know. I'll check it before I load the game up. Who knows? Training missions and challenge scenarios will now be accessible via the cockpit, allowing you to brush upon your skills right from the seat of your ship. Like, I suppose, like a bit of sort of a holographic training system within the confines of your ship. Good idea. It's always been a bit rough, I've thought, keeping it completely separate from the main thing of the game, where a lot of other games allow you to access tutorials from within. So that's great. That is good. Loading screen tips. Things like don't eat yellow snow and stuff like that, no doubt. And of course, there's going to be bug fixes. So, quite a bit, really. Beginner zones, new modules with advanced docking computers, Supercruise assist. I'm not sure about that one. More module slots, which is great. Navigation tab, Pilot's Handbook, trade-in screen improvements, which I think is absolutely brilliant, and interstellar initiatives, which we've said are just community goals rebadged. Now, okay, that's all good stuff. Apparently on Thursday the 18th at 7 o'clock UTC, there's going to be another announcement and a quick look at what all this is about. So, we've got a little bit of time to wait, really. 8 days for the community to go wild and to speculate in a speculative manner on what all these changes mean. Anyway, I've been Ricardo. Thanks very much. It's good to be back talking about Elite Dangerous to you all anyway. Thanks for sticking with me through this video. About 20 minutes by the look of it. Check out the other videos I've been playing. Battlestar Galactica, bit of Subnautica Below Zero. That looks absolutely fantastic. They Are Billions. Frostpunk. But I do like a bit of Battlestar Galactica, as some as you know. Okay, take it easy, take care, don't get too excited. Let's see how it all goes, and let's hope it launches without too much of a problem, because we've all had launches where it's been broken before. So hopefully, with this time they've taken between the last update and this one, Frontier have done their due diligence, and it all works. See you soon. Subscribe if you haven't already done so.